the spear recovery or with the spear neutral air. You know he loves those spear neutral airs. Sidelight into a neutral air. You know those are going to be hit so many times throughout a set when he has spear in his hands. But he's starting with the orb, and BalloonBoy is starting with the blasters.
Last time, it took a couple games for Lorz to make an adjustment. This time, BalloonBoy going to have to adjust to his new orb opponent. We'll see if Lorz has a little bit of wind-up time, as he has been sitting still since the winner's final. This is the Sig.
Gonna punish that one. Doesn't chase after it with the active input. Oh, the high recovery's not able to be punished. The attempt came out from BalloonBoy, but Lorz remained a little bit too high after the fadeaway side air, just barely not making the connection. There's the side sig. Early stock for BalloonBoy, only 50 damage on this one.
Really good utilization of that side signature. Lorz does like to dash jump a lot, and it keeps him a little bit lower than just straight jumping. And so that side signature actually caught the feet of Lorz there.
Oh man, dude, his side airs are just so good. He's looking for the side light. Oh, BalloonBoy punishes with his own side light again. That time he doesn't get to punish the side signature. Feel like I'm watching a little bit of the Klim Nation here with all these side signatures coming out.
Oh, he wants to get more damage built up. Those side signatures are so effective for doing so, but it might be the Sarah game now.
Oh, no.
For another one. Lorz going to turn things around, hits a Sarah of his own, but man, he's bleeding out here. Neutral Sig gets him the wall touch.
I really like that option there to go for the gravity cancel neutral signature. It covers a lot of territory. Lorz is going to fall off of that one, giving BalloonBoy the 2-stock lead. But going back to that neutral signature, I love the way that he used that, because not only does it have a lot of movement to get over and touch the wall, so it's like worth burning your dodge for, but also it has that unique wall interaction where it does the blast straight down. So we can use that as a defense mechanism about Lorz, against Lorz, if he's coming in from the bottom trying to hit with like a spear recovery.
Ooh, okay,
he goes low, but Lorz is high.
Lorz, though, still hurting here, trying to get that counter hit with that side air. BalloonBoy comes back up, gets that wall touch, has the weapon advantage still. That side air is not going to do it from the left side of the screen.
You're continuing to see BalloonBoy like recover really low. He's pushing these off stages. Like, he's risking a lot. And I think that's like how far Lorz is behind that. He's worried, and BalloonBoy is getting away with so many of these things. Like, he's playing so confidently, and Lorz doesn't know what to do.
BalloonBoy getting some good damage here. Finally, Lorz finds the hit to deny the 3-stock. He gets that recovery, but this is nigh impossible if he wants to win this game 1.
There's a weapon spot coming in. BalloonBoy's able to grab it. Here come the boots. Lorz again reading high, and BalloonBoy goes low. Lorz probably should start reading low here as the option of the follow-up. Oh, dude! We got to see BalloonBoy's face after that, because he definitely like leaned to one side of the camera. I think he made a funny face after charging that one up all the way and hitting it.
I mean, that was so unfortunate. You know, Lorz and BalloonBoy knew he was locked in place. He wanted to get that punish, but the weapon spawn was just inside of the range of that tornado, and Lorz got a little too close to danger there.
Now we're back kind of seeing the way that Lorz was getting hit by signatures the first time they played in the winners finals. BalloonBoy's not throwing out as many of them as he was previously, like flame swords and the tornadoes, but he is still finding connections with the rare few ones that he does throw out. And now we're seeing what he talked about in the interview. He's trying to change the skin, hoping he can change the mind and reset everything back to normal so he can come back against BalloonBoy.
Well, he does play differently when he swaps over to the Nimue. Not able to get that side light, though. Right now, BalloonBoy playing a lot more boots than he did in the last game.
D-light in the side air there from Lorz. Again, backdashing away from the stage, pulling out of that ground pound once he got the dodge. The N-Sigs are coming out again.
Nice.
That time he actually makes a connection with it. That was something that he was using more of like a zoning tool, more of like I'm adding to the mental stack rather than something that he expects to hit in the previous time that they played together. But now, at least so far, he's hit one of the two that he's thrown out.
And that was a really good changeup on the side of Lorz. A lot of times he does that side light and then dash forward neutral signature to catch a dodge away. But that time he just waited, saw BalloonBoy coming in and reacted with a fantastic neutral sig.
Jumps over the weapon toss, gets through the inlight as well. Fadeaway side air. Ooh. Now chasing forward with the side air. There's a D-light in the recovery. Not even close to enough damage to get the KO there. Here comes the follow-up recovery. Still not enough.
Got away from the downlight there. You can see BalloonBoy chasing. Hits him with the side light. Hits him with the down air. Lorz should have some movement here. Going to get some help from BalloonBoy.
Chooses to go with the recovery over the ground pound. He probably would have missed the ground pound if he went for it. The weapon toss goes up. He's still maintaining this weapon control. He's going to go for the D-light. Oh, it's a flame sword. Also a follow-up with the in-light.
Not wanting to pick up that weapon, knows he's got something primed that he's more comfortable with. So instead, gonna eat the damage, lose the stock. He's still got some damage on BalloonBoy despite being unarmed.
BalloonBoy about 70 damage behind. The jump sider gets instantly punished by the down air from Lorz, who's just a little bit too high. Gets through another in-light from BalloonBoy. The neutral sig comes out, but Lorz gets the dodge right after, so he doesn't get punished for it. Again, BalloonBoy doesn't quite have the spacing that he needs to find some of these hits.
An orb in hand for Lorz, not able to punish that gravity cancel. That's a burn dodge on the side of BalloonBoy, but Lorz not able to do anything about it.
Nice from BalloonBoy and the GC side sig.
He's sweating. He can't get the touch. BalloonBoy sitting on the 2 stocks over Lorz.
Keep in mind, BalloonBoy coming from the elimination side of things after Lorz wiped him 3-2 in the winners finals. He's gonna have to win 2 sets in order to take the victory here. This could be the start of it, but he gets shut down instantly by the down air from Lorz. Lorz only about 50 damage behind at this point, has weapon advantage as well.
That was a scary spot for Lorz, though. He did burn a dodge, and BalloonBoy caught him with that gravity cancel downlight. Now we're down here to final stocks, game number 2. Lorz, he had the weapon advantage, but he really gave a lot of control to BalloonBoy. He was jumping next to that soft platform. Okay, that's a read he was doing in the winners finals. Went in, hit that recovery.
BalloonBoy's not finding too many connections. That side air was the first one he found in a moment. He's still maintaining the lead, but just a little bit. It's one hit every now and then coming out from Lorz. The down air gets the bounce pass into the side air. He's now up 2-0 in the grand finals, hoping he can grab one more victory to force the reset before Lorz grabs 3 victories and wins the tournament.
Yeah, one more game, and BalloonBoy gets the reset. Lorz, what worked for him in the winners finals, switching to Nimue, not working here. Instead, we're going to change up the maps. Here we go, game number 3. Actually, it's the same map. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Just feels different, man.
Yeah, the vibes are different on this one.
They're not the same players, not the same map, even though they are the same players and the same map. BalloonBoy's up 2-0. You know, the stakes are different. The feeling is different. The vibes are different.
Okay, gets the neutral air there. BalloonBoy spacing away from Lorz. Down air gonna whiff, and BalloonBoy with a good punish.
Nice.
Hits him with a down air.
See him go for the E-light. Okay, the weapon toss goes high. The ground pound goes in, the 45-degree angle. Weapon toss from BalloonBoy, just a little bit off the mark. The neutral signatures. That was a down signature there coming through.
Not gonna hit the pogo there, BalloonBoy. Trying to hit that neutral light, but Lorz doing a really good job spacing away. Dash in, dash back. He's got the orb. Throws out the side sig. BalloonBoy from behind hits him with a neutral light. Goes for the ground pound. And Lorz goes the wrong direction. Gonna lose that first stock.
You know how that goes. When you hold that one direction as long as you can, your opponent's gonna do the exact same thing, and you are not going to win that race.
BalloonBoy now looking for that extra credit. He's got the blasters. Playing that spacing game again. Gets that neutral light. Okay, just a raw call out from Lorz. Throws out the down sig.
Expected him coming in jumping like that, potentially coming in leading with a GCD light, or maybe going with like a falling side air as he lands back on the main platform. Again, the tornado. Lorz still doesn't have that one figured out. He still doesn't have the reaction time to deal with it.
He's taking a lot of damage here from the boots of BalloonBoy. Got him with a downlight into the side air. Final stock here for Lorz. Otherwise, we're getting another best of 5.
Dude, BalloonBoy staring at the reset. I feel like he can taste it almost at this moment. He knows to respect Lorz, so he can't just give up just yet. He can't feel too comfortable like he has the reset on lock.
Got so much momentum here. Lorz trying to slow things down. Full stock behind, hits the downlight side air. He needs this stock without much more, and he will get it with that side air. Chance to deny weapons here.
They're almost even in this game. Lorz needs a victory here if he wants to deny the reset, grab some momentum back on his side. Otherwise, like BalloonBoy's going into the reset with so much confidence. Again, the D-Light side light, low damage blasters option. That's what they like to go for. He's been following that up with a down air, catching Lorz coming back in.
Good pickup there from Lorz with that dash in downlight. Saw BalloonBoy going high. Dodges in, ends up hitting the wall there, but Lorz still keeping that going. This is the side light. That's an easy punish for BalloonBoy. Gets extra with the gravity cancel side light side air. Recovery, and that's gonna be it. BalloonBoy gets the reset.
He did it with a 3-0. He lost in Game 5 earlier in the winners finals, and between then and now, he's figured it out. He's figured out how to deal with Lorz, at least that Lorz. Now it's up to Lorz to find the counter adaptation that BalloonBoy has figured out.
I mean, you talked about all the pressure that BalloonBoy has with all the North Americans looking out for him right now, wanting him to be the victor. Guess what? All the South Americans are looking out for Lorz. You know, they're sitting in the audience. They are wincing when he takes the hit, and they are cheering when he gets the hit.
He already took out Wes 3-0. Now we beat Lorz in the 3-0 in Grand Finals, and we're heading into the reset. Lorz still sticking with Nimue. Doesn't feel like changing the skin back over is going to be the refresh he needs. Maybe it's going to be the orb. Maybe focusing on this orb gameplay. I don't know if he's got it just yet. We're seeing the Blaster's momentum, the Blaster's confidence coming out from BalloonBoy.
Lorz hits him with the side air so far. Pretty even, but you can see in the movement of BalloonBoy, he's feeling real confident. He's feeling real good. That's a burn dodge, and Lorz just watches it fly by.
Double dare. Almost going for the next one.
No.
Almost hitting the next one. Dude, that's going to take away the stock. BalloonBoy's got to be feeling good, and yet still in the bottom corner right of the screen, he's still stone-faced as ever. Goes for the GCD light into the recovery on a very fresh opponent.
Man, Lorz playing risky. He spot dodges in the open air right in front of BalloonBoy, and BalloonBoy had the punish. Now, once again, Lorz playing from behind. Throws out the side sig. Again, easy punish for BalloonBoy.
Dude, BalloonBoy's able to just get around them so often. In the side air, now 2 stocks up. All of those punishes are so much damage because it's a D-light into a side air each time. It's not just a down air. It's not just a side light. It's not just a side air, anything like that. It's multiple moves that BalloonBoy is finding. That's a burn dodge, and Lorz is back on the main stage instantly over to the right side. Now they're jockeying for position around the middle.
Lorz not able to hit the pogo, not able to hit the neutral signature. He wants to deny the 3-stock here. Neutral light goes for the end sig, but Lorz able to react in time. Spot dodges, gets through, hits the side air.
We've only seen just a few of those. I think the last 2 that we saw did make a connection and did hit. So he went for the big play there, the maximum damage play that he could in terms of like mental damage and game state damage as well. Not chasing with that.
Stuck on the wall here. Another tornado. Lorz, he's running out of jumps here. He did get onto the stage, but still taking damage.
Another tornado? No, he's backing up actually. Lorz feels safe enough to move up just a little bit. Sidelight into the side air, just barely sends off screen. The jump into the side air, the double dares, the weapon toss down from Lorz. Oh, what a weak punish there. Is BalloonBoy just completely in his head?
He's falling apart, missing easy punishes. That's a Blaster's recovery coming over the corner. He's standing there, watches it happen, and he throws out a side light right underneath it. Lorz's mental is in shatters right now, and it's gonna take something big for him to reset and come back into this one, because right now BalloonBoy has all the momentum.
He doesn't even have hardly a second to breathe before we're getting back into this one. Again, no changes coming up, no skin changes, no stage changes, no legend changes. But hopefully, if you're a Lorz fan out there, you're hoping for a results change as we get into this and BalloonBoy's able to grab the boots.
We got him with that gravity cancel sidelight into the side air. Lorz finding more extensions on his spears in here in game number 2. On the corner.
Man, these neutral airs, like Lorz is able to always use that move so well, and I feel like we've seen so few of them do really anything against BalloonBoy. He does find the side air.
Juggles weapons. This is his comfort weapon. He wants that spear. Oh, nice falling side air into the neutral air. Catches him with the side light. Oh, hits the pogo. Doesn't get the second one, but Lorz, he does get that wall touch.
What's BalloonBoy looking for? There's the side light into the side air. He just barely picks it up high enough. He's gonna side air follow up, pivoting that down air, and the weapon toss right at that perfect angle. BalloonBoy's ready for that one.
Yeah, that pillar underneath the map really locking the options for Lorz. Has another spear, down light side air.
Wow, Lorz was playing really close to the corner there. Then he got punished right after. There's the D-Light in the side air, sending him over onto the edge. D-Light just barely whiffing as Lorz was aerial and behind BalloonBoy.
Dashes into the neutral light. BalloonBoy hitting that down air. Lorz sidelight into nothing.
Dude, where's the insig?
Pogo?
He hasn't thrown out the insig in so long. Oh, the bounce off the wall. You really wanted to throw it down at that angle. BalloonBoy doesn't get the turnaround. The dodge up from Lorz, just barely getting the touch when he needs it.
He gets the recovery. He gets the hit. Lorz with the lead here, something he hasn't had so far.
That's tough for BalloonBoy. A full stock behind now. A victory here from Lorz would start the tug of war back potentially in his favor. BalloonBoy giving him plenty of room on the left 50% of the stage. Now Lorz goes over there. There's the entrance from BalloonBoy. Chasing high, hoping he can get the GCT light, but he just barely misses. Sweat beating with the recovery, but getting back.
Okay, weapon toss, swapping things up. There's the flame sword coming out from BalloonBoy. Been a minute since he threw it out. Recovery, needs another one. You see him jumping high. Side sig, charged up, weapon toss to connect. What's the edge guard? Goes for the ground pound.
Been a long time since we've seen one of those side sigs. Lorz is going to end up falling after that zoning down air from BalloonBoy. We're all on final stocks here.
This is a critical stock here for Lorz. This is the difference between a tied set or BalloonBoy being one game away from being crowned our mid-season champion. A pogo from Lorz, not going to do enough. A side air, not going to do enough.
I think this could be the set right here. I think this stock is so important in this set. This determines seemingly all momentum going forward. He goes for the D-light into the side sig. BalloonBoy being very confident. He knows he's far behind and looking for the big play. Okay, this is the moment of respite for Lorz. You can see it, putting his head in his hands for just a moment, hoping he can decompress all of the pressure that is on him right now.
I mean, that was a critical game. Like you said, this could be the tournament. He manages to get a game on the board. BalloonBoy was winning. He won the first three. He won another one, but Lorz halting everything.
First weapon's going to go over to Lorz. Here's the orb coming in for him. He only did 67 damage on the orb last game compared to 480 on the spear. Now he's back over onto that spear. Neutral Sig's coming out early on in this game.
First hit goes the way of BalloonBoy. Second hit goes the way of BalloonBoy. Another hit coming the way of BalloonBoy. He's got Lorz in the open air, hits him with a recovery. Good damage, leaning towards BalloonBoy.
There's the down air to shut things down, but another two-piece coming out from BalloonBoy. Going back and forward. Okay, we're seeing the tornado, not as effective as it was previously.
Good spacing there from BalloonBoy. He's going to hit the side sig and disarm Lorz. The recovery was critical there. You even heard the down air coming out from BalloonBoy.
D-Light into the recovery, going to be the more KO potential option given where he picked it up. You see the KO off the top. That's a nice start for BalloonBoy here if he wants to fight back in this after Lorz interrupted at least a little bit of the momentum that he had going into this Grand Finals reset.
A healthy lead here for BalloonBoy, almost a full stock advantage. Lorz already taking damage on the second one. All he got on this respawn was a downlight side air. Side sig connects.
The neutral airs from Lorz are just completely ineffective now. I swear I haven't seen him hit one in so long.
Downlight side air again from Lorz. The anti-air is starting to work out. Great weapon toss, swaps weapons, doesn't hit the down air. Instead, BalloonBoy gonna pressure him.
You did see the one ground pound, hoping for the KO starter there, but after that, Lorz was just jumping and floating around in case he got the option that he was looking for. The down air just barely missing, but out came the in light, the disarmed BalloonBoy. Here comes the weapon spawn coming in. There's the side light. Again, back to that side light turnaround, pivoting that recovery, and there's the D-Sig, summoning that spear tip from the bottom of the ground.
Great reaction from Lorz, does get the KO. Once again, still behind, has to respect BalloonBoy. BalloonBoy comes in with the boots, hits him with the flame sword.
Flame Sword going to turn him orange. BalloonBoy above Lorz, able to touch the ground and land. There's the D-Light into the side air. Back over to the soft platform to reset everything before he re-aggresses. Oh my gosh!
But he goes to the left. The neutral signature not going to send upwards. That means BalloonBoy still keeps the stock.
Dude, he was able to add up so much damage off of that, but you know he wanted the KO so bad, but he added enough damage because of that so we can find the GC D-Light into the recovery for the KO and back to Lorz having a lead.
But is it enough? Right now, he's in the red. He's got the weapon control. BalloonBoy with the side air sends him flying. Where's the weapon? Left side. BalloonBoy's going to get it.
Ooh, Lorz running away for this one until he can get to the weapon spawn, picking up the orb. A lot of room between the two.
Missing those down airs right over the head of BalloonBoy.
Man, that down air, dude, you're seeing him focus on the down air so much because that's not an angle that blasters can easily contest. You really just have to hope for a good side jump side air, which is what BalloonBoy's looking for right now, but it's going to be so difficult to find that. Both of them really can't find hits. It's like just a weapon toss.
Yeah, Lorz, I mean, he's playing that down air game. It's a great projectile. It's got great range. And like you said, it's a space that BalloonBoy couldn't really challenge with his blasters, but he gets underneath, hits the downlight side air, final stocks here.
Back over to the blasters, camping the soft platform, moving back down, and they're going to swap places. And neutral air from Lorz gives him plenty of room to grab the spear. This is so scary for BalloonBoy. If Lorz goes up 2-1 in this, all of a sudden the momentum completely changes. D-Light into the sidelight, the low damage option, the double neutral air. I was potentially expecting the recovery after that, but BalloonBoy playing very reserved. He knows he can't take too much, especially not if it's high.
Yo, but he's adding it up. The side air is adding it up. Lorz in trouble here. Swaps weapons, jumps over the down light, stays in the air, goes for the side air. BalloonBoy gonna eat a side air from Lorz. Watch the edge guard. No, Lorz not able to hit the down air. Misses.
Oh, the GC sidelight from Lorz was just high enough to get in the heads on his way. There's the D-Light into the side air. Not enough to KO. The Dusk defense holding on. There's the side air. And Lorz goes up 2-1. The momentum has shifted. He can't rest on his laurels, but the momentum has shifted.
A small sigh of relief. Lorz, he wants another belt. He's already got 2. He wants number 3. He wants to have 2 belts to end the day.
I'm telling you, man, he doesn't have that many pairs of pants. That's a big belt.
Dude, I'm saying like the tradition for the South Americans at the end of this, if Lorz wins here, should be just bringing extra luggage to fit their CEO belt with how often they have been going home with them. Potential final game here, game number 4. BalloonBoy wants to take this to game number 5. He's got to get the blasters to start things off, but it's going to be the boots.
He gets 1 hit, backs up to the main stage. Lorz goes down again. We're seeing the tornado not make contact. Lorz has figured out how to get away from that. Reading low, Lorz stays just a little bit high, really at the neutral angle that he was at previously, so he doesn't get caught by BalloonBoy. There's the side air. Flame sword.
It's gonna hit. It goes wide enough onto the ground. Neutral signature. BalloonBoy just high enough to avoid it. Neutral light on the side of Lorz. Side air from BalloonBoy to get back onto the stage.
Chasing after Lorz with it. Swapping back over to the blasters. There's the down air, but it doesn't send over on the wall. It bounces off the main stage. Lorz is aerial and too far away. He's not going to get caught by the D-Light. Neutral air coming up from BalloonBoy. He's not able to hit several of them, though. Just the one. There's the side light into the side air. Going really high off that one. Getting the KO pretty early.
BalloonBoy, he's feeling pretty good. He's living pretty healthy. He's got his blaster, side light, side air, hits that down air read. Lorz chasing high, but BalloonBoy not going to give him the dodge that he wants. He wants that recovery to follow up. Down air's going to whiff.
I'm pretty sure BalloonBoy wanted the down air after that and not like the ledge cancel D-Light. So unfortunately, he ended up ledge canceling that D-Light based on where he was. Going under the stage, using all of the lateral movement that Blaster's recovery has. Getting away from that GC D-Light as well and turning around with the ground pound right after.
Side light, side air. Lorz going to even things up here. Took some damage. Takes a moment there. You don't see him move anywhere near the weapon spawn.
He's about 60 damage behind. It's not too much whatsoever. Finally, we're seeing a neutral air hit. And the neutral signature follow-up right after it. Trying to knock away BalloonBoy with that weapon toss, but he gets through. Another weapon toss comes out, disarming him. The unarmed kit getting 2 hits. Now swapping back over to the orb.
He's jumping. BalloonBoy giving him some breathing room, catches him with that side light. Another down light into the side air.
He didn't quite have the spacing on the side air, and BalloonBoy was ready to turn around and get the GC D-Light. There's the D-Light recovery. That one will do it off the top. Has his choice of weapons. What's it gonna be? It's gonna be the blasters. Even dipping down below that soft platform before re-picking up his weapon.
BalloonBoy 1 stock away from a game 5. Giving him the potential to be our CEO champion. The neutral light doesn't get the pivot neutral air.
Turning around that neutral light, that had to be a misinput. Strange option to go for there, but the dare's coming out. You see him go wide and right. He's worried about those angled weapon tosses coming out from Lorz. He's been throwing those out so often, and BalloonBoy's adapting to it. Side light, side air. Everybody on final stock here, but again, Lorz is still 50 damage behind at this point. He hasn't been able to overcome that damage deficit.
Final stocks, like you said. BalloonBoy, unarmed, gets that stage control, throws out the end sig, but Lorz dodges through it.
You can see BalloonBoy instantly getting away as far as he can from Lorz after that sideline hit, so that jump neutral air is not going to make a connection. The down air, the dodge comes through from BalloonBoy. Another down air is dodged through by BalloonBoy. There's the Flame Sword, hoping he can push this to a game 5, the D-Light, but Lorz is nowhere near to get the punish. There's the down air coming. No, he goes back to the main platform. The corner guard is just a sidelight.
Lorz in the red. BalloonBoy, if he gets that down light, that's gonna be a KO. Lorz disarms himself, but he plays behind.
The GCD light, Lorz is unable to punish it. He's not ready in time to get it. He throws a low option while BalloonBoy's still in the air.
Side air, gives him the stage. Dodges down, but he doesn't throw out any counter.
I thought we were gonna see the Blaster's recovery right there.
Side air, that's gonna do it! We're going to game 5!
So many people out there are stoked right now to see BalloonBoy pushing that to a game 5. The damage difference between these two is so little. 574 damage from BalloonBoy, 532 from Lorz.
Insane plays, insane clutches. He manages to hold on, but we're going to our final game here for CEO 2025. Whoever wins this is going to be our 1v1 mid-season champion.
The loudest 3-2-1 brawl of the entire weekend, and it's here in the final game of Grand Finals after the reset in Game 5.
What more could you ask for? BalloonBoy starting things off with his boots. Gets a great pickup. There's the tornado, but it doesn't get the full damage send.
Yeah, nothing huge. It doesn't send any strange direction that Lorz can't recover from or anything like that, but it still does get at least a little bit of damage, does get the hit, and that's finally a tornado that he found a connection with that he hasn't previously. He's keeping the damage up. He's ahead of Lorz by over 100 damage at this point before he backs up, comes in with the neutral light, barely whiffing that one. There's the neutral air from Lorz. Can he find anything? No, they swap places. Lorz goes high, BalloonBoy low.
Back onto the stage. Dash dancing, BalloonBoy gonna connect with the side light side air again. Side light, there's that read. Down light off the soft platform. He's getting some damage back onto BalloonBoy. Goes for the down air, but BalloonBoy's wide. Side sig will hit and will KO Lorz with the lead.
I love how Lorz waited over on the right side. I think he threw out like one down air and then waited after that rather than just like blindly going in with another down air, potentially putting himself in recovery frames, might take a ground pound or something else other than that from BalloonBoy right after. But no, Lorz was really careful. That's the Lorz we're talking about, baby! Give me all those down airs and the signature follow-up and the side air for the KO. 2-stock lead for Big Lorz.
Things looking dire for the North American. Final stock here, his tournament stock. Lorz on 3. He's got every advantage he can have. There's the blasters. Can he take the stock?
It's from the wrong side of the stage. Not going to be enough yet. That does get the dodge, but it disarms BalloonBoy, so he doesn't go for the edge guard. Dude, look at the chase dodge after him, too. And the complete disengage from Lorz.
Trying to get that falling side air. Downlight side air. Okay, that's 1.
It's just one more stock for Lorz, and BalloonBoy's got to take 2. He does have weapon advantage, but Spawn comes in. Here comes the spear for Lorz. Who's going to get the first hit? It's that in-light from BalloonBoy's blasters. Lorz jumps and goes to the soft platform before BalloonBoy picks up 2 and 3.
The wall of BalloonBoy, though, you can see him sitting further back, trying to use the long range that he's got. Gets opened up, ground pound, and Lorz gets in there. That's a big 3-piece.
Was almost going to be a mistake from Lorz by punishing the bounce off the ground pound with a sideline. You're seeing the neutral signatures. It's just adding to the mental stack. It's adding to the fear factor against BalloonBoy here.
Sideline side air.
Punish for Lorz, and that's going to do it. He did it with a 2-stock. Lorz is your Brawlhalla mid-season champion. He did it here at CEO 2025. He looked me in the eye and said, I'm going to win this thing. He told the truth then. He saw it. He foresaw it coming, and he made it happen here in the bracket. Lorz, he did.